Welcome to this presentation on Hurricane Maria and its impact on the pharmaceutical industry. When Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico in 2017, it not only caused immense destruction to the island's infrastructure, but also had a significant ripple effects on global supply chains. Puerto Rico is a crucial hub for pharmaceutical manufacturing, producing a large portion of the medications in the United States. This presentation will provide an analysis of how the hurricane disrupted the pharmaceutical supply chain, the challenges faced in maintaining drug availability, and the industry responses aimed at strengthening resilience to prevent future disruptions. In September 2017, Hurricane Maria, a Category 4 hurricane with sustained winds of 155 miles per hour, made landfall in Puerto Rico. It was one of the most powerful storms to hit the island in almost a century, causing a widespread devastation. Puerto Rico holds a unique and critical position within the pharmaceutical industry, producing a significant portion of the drugs used in the United States. With numerous pharmaceutical manufacturing plants on the island, its contributions are not vital to not only the United States healthcare system, but also to the global supply chain of critical medications. The aftermath of Hurricane Maria highlighted the vulnerability of supply chains and underscored the importance of building resilience against such large-scale disruptions. Hurricane Maria caused extensive destruction to Puerto Rico's infrastructure. The power grid was severely damaged, transportation networks were disrupted, and communication systems were down, making it challenging to coordinate and respond to the crisis. Economically, the storm led to a humanitarian crisis as thousands of homes were destroyed and resources became scarce. Many residents were left without access to basic necessities, including food, clean water, and medical care. Given that Puerto Rico is responsible for approximately 72% of all pharmaceutical exports from the United States, the impact on pharmaceutical industry was enormous. The FDA raised concerns about potential drug shortages due to the storm's impact on manufacturing facilities. To address this, the FDA worked closely with pharmaceutical companies, implementing immediate response strategies to maintain the supply of essential medications while emphasizing the importance of long-term contingency planning to prevent future supply chain disruptions. The immediate effects on pharmaceutical supply chain were severe. Many pharmaceutical manufacturing facilities in Puerto Rico were forced to halt operations due to extensive damage to infrastructure and loss of power. Transportation networks, which were essential for the delivery of both raw materials and finished products, were significantly disrupted. Specific medical supplies were particularly affected. For example, Puerto Rico is a key supplier of IV bags, and this disruption led to a shortage in hospitals across the United States. Essential medications used for treating chronic conditions like cancer and cardiovascular diseases also faced production delays. The impact extended to medical devices as well, with production delays affecting both availability and delivery timelines. These shortages had a ripple effect on global healthcare systems, resulting in delayed treatments, increased costs, and added strain on healthcare providers. The crisis demonstrated an urgent need for a more resilient and diversified supply chain to prevent similar challenges in the future. Following the challenges exposed by Hurricane Maria, pharmaceutical companies began implementing strategies to strengthen their supply chains. One major shift was towards geographic diversification, with companies choosing to expand their manufacturing locations across different regions to spread risk. Investments in technology also became a priority. Many companies started incorporating advanced systems like real time monitoring and automation to improve supply chain resilience and flexibility. Dual sourcing strategies were adopted, where companies reduced dependency on single sources by sourcing critical components and raw materials from multiple suppliers. This supply chain redundancy ensured that production could continue even if one source was compromised. The FDA played a key role during this time, establishing dedicated task forces to assess the damage, address immediate shortages, and coordinate logistics. By temporarily relaxing certain regulatory requirements and working with manufacturers, the FDA facilitated a faster response to critical shortages. The agency's continued support for long term recovery efforts also emphasized the need to enhance supply chain resilience and prevent future disruptions.
Here we will discuss the significance of long-term planning and strategies in creating resilient operations, especially as climate change continues to shape industry dynamics. Starting with climate risk analysis, conducting proactive assessments is crucial. By evaluating potential vulnerabilities, companies can identify how extreme weather events may impact their supply chains. This isn't about looking at past data. It's about using predictive models and real-time climate data to make forward-looking, data-driven decisions. When we leverage this information, we're not just better informed. We can strategically decide on factors like plant locations, infrastructure investments, and logistical planning. Ultimately, integrating climate risk analysis into a company's sustainability and corporate reasonability initiatives fosters long-term resilience, making it easier for companies to adapt in an era marked by climate uncertainties. Alongside this, emergency readiness and response plans are equally critical. Developing preparedness protocols enables companies to react promptly to any disruptions. Regularly conducting drills and simulations is essential because it allows staff to stay familiar with emergency procedures, creating a routine that can reduce chaos in actual crisis. Effective communication strategies are also key. Clear protocols for information sharing ensure timely updates and coordinated responses among team members. In a crisis, this is the difference between a manageable situation and a potential catastrophe. To wrap up, combining climate risk assessments with robust emergency readiness plans is not just good for business, it's essential for sustaining operations and protecting people and assets. By integrating these steps into the broader strategy, companies build the resilience needed to navigate the challenges posed by climate change and any unexpected events along the way. Let's delve into supply chain resilience and the strategies that enhance it. Supply chain resilience refers to the ability of a supply chain to anticipate, prepare for, respond to, and recover from unexpected disruptions, all while keeping operations running smoothly and protecting essential functions. To build resilience, we rely on four key strategies. Redundancy. This involves having multiple suppliers and alternative transportation routes. So if one source faces disruption, others can keep things moving. Flexibility. Flexible manufacturing processes and scalable operations allow companies to adapt quick to changes, whether it's shifting production lines or adjusting order volumes. Visibility. Advanced tracking technologies and real-time data analytics enhance visibility, enabling companies to monitor their supply chain closely and make proactive adjustments when needed. And finally, collaboration. Strong partnerships with suppliers, partners, and stakeholders create a coordinated approach to any disruption. By integrating these strategies, companies can build robust, adaptable supply chains that are better equipped to withstand unexpected challenges. As discussed in this class, there are two crucial strategies for strengthening supply chains in crisis situations: dual sourcing and strategic partnership. Starting with dual sourcing, this approach involves using multiple suppliers for critical components rather than relying on just one. This diversification reduces the risk of supplier-specific disruptions, ensuring that if one supplier faces a challenge, there's another to fill the gap. Ultimately, dual sourcing enhances continuity by securing a stable supply of essential materials, even under unpredictable conditions. Next, we have strategic partnership. Building strong relationships with key suppliers and partners is invaluable during crisis. These partnerships foster collaboration, making it easier to coordinate and support each other in difficult times. Additionally, strategic partners can share resources and work together to solve issues, enhancing the resilience of the entire supply network. By leveraging dual sourcing and strategic partnerships, companies can better manage risk, maintain operational continuity, and create a more resilient supply chain to withstand disruptions.
Case study examples. Case study 1. Pharmaceutical company X. Challenge. Faced severe supply chain disruptions due to Hurricane Maria's impact on their sole manufacturing plant in Puerto Rico. Their response: diversification. Quickly diversified manufacturing by establishing additional facilities in their regions. Inventory management. Increased inventory stockpiles of critical products to buffer against future disruptions. Outcome: successfully mitigated the impact of the hurricane and maintained a steady supply of essential medications. Case study 2. Medical device manufacturer Y. Challenge: experienced significant delays in production due to disrupted transportation networks following Hurricane Maria. Response: dual sourcing. Implemented a dual sourcing strategy to ensure key components were available from multiple suppliers. Strategic partnerships. Strengthen strategic partnerships with logistic companies to improve transportation resilience. The outcome: enhance supply chain flexibility and reduce the risk of future disruptions, ensuring timely delivery of medical devices. Conclusion. A few key takeaways. Impact of Hurricane Maria. The devastating effects of Hurricane Maria on Puerto Rico highlighted the crucial vulnerabilities in the pharmaceutical supply chain. Significance of Puerto Rico. As a major hub for pharmaceutical manufacturing, disruptions in Puerto Rico had widespread implications for the availability of essential medical supplies globally. Organizational responses. Companies and regulatory bodies like the FDA took decisive actions to mitigate risk, including diversifying supply chains, adopting dual sourcing strategies, and enhancing emergency readiness. Long-term strategies for resilience. Climate risk analysis, incorporating climate risk assessments into supply chain planning to anticipate and prepare for future environmental disruptions. Emergency readiness, developing robust emergency response plans and conducting regular drills to ensure swift and effective action during crisis. Geographic diversification and inventory management, justifying larger inventory stockpiles and spreading production across multiple locations to enhance supply chain robustness and reduce dependency on single sources. Future outlook, continued collaboration, strengthening partnerships and communication across the supply chain network to foster resilience and agility. Innovation and investment, investing in advanced technologies and infrastructure to build more adaptive and transparent supply chains. Proactive measures, staying vigilant and proactive and addressing potential risk, ensuring the continuous availability of critical medical supplies and safeguarding public health.